America's team, baby. We'll be advancing to Game 5 of the 2025 WNBA semifinals, baby. So to the slows, you got to deal with America's team for another few days. Deal with it, slows. Deal with it. Shout out to America's team. See you in Las Vegas. Cheryl Reeve has been suspended. She almost attacked the ref. She had wild things to say in the media. So the WNBA said, sayonara. Chloe Bibby has been forced to apologize to the slows. The Freedom Writers have been typing away since last night about America's Nubian white queen, white Jesus, Chloe Bibby, in the Indiana Fever bench. It's a lot going on around the WNBA. We're going to talk about it and much more right after the intro. Let's go!
You're going to have to ask Aaliyah that question. I honestly, you just do your work. You got to do your work early and make it different. But Aaliyah did say I have a special whistle. And she shot 13 today. She said that to you? Yeah. Yeah, she said the last game I had a special whistle, which is cool.
You do. You do. You do. White Nubian Queen has been causing a lot of controversy lately in the WNBA circle. What's up, boys, girls, he, she, they, them, we, or whatever you choose to identify as? Welcome to the W360, your home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and welcome to another episode of the W360, okay? What's up, W360 Nation and everybody else watching all over? If you are a returning viewer, guys, thank you so much. W360 Nation, I love you. You guys make an impact. We are out here. People see us out here, okay? And if you are new here, welcome to W360 Nation. Welcome to the W360 chat. And make sure before you leave, you subscribe. Subscribe to the W360, okay? And follow me on Twitter at the W360 _, okay? What's up, W360 Nation? Jamie is in the chat. I see you. Let's see here. Sarah Gobrick is in the chat. Monet, I see you in the chat. Good Vibe 79 is in the chat. What's up, Peggy? I see you in the chat. Loyalty 55 is in the chat. Kelly is in the chat. Bar 1 is in the chat. Let's see here. Laura, I see you in the chat. Lauren, I know you're out there in Sade. What's up, W360 Nation? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, gosh, it feels great to win today. What's going on, 1D? What's going on, W360 Nation? Armand Smith, what's going on? See you in the chat as well. Yes, indeed. Aaliyah Boston was cooking today. Okay. Aaliyah Boston was cooking today. She's doing an amazing job. An amazing job on Asia Civil Rights Whistle. Okay. Rhonda Stewart is in the chat. Monet says CJ. Monet says CJ looked like a freedom fighter. That's right. I got to fight for the freedom of our. We're here. We are fighting against the slows. Okay, we're tired of it. All right, we're tired of it. America's team is probably going to go to the finals. We'll see. Against Kathy's wishes and the rest of the WNBA, but guess what? America is coming out on top. America's team will be tolerated until Tuesday. So you're going to have to keep hearing our mouths, slows. You're going to have to keep hearing our mouths, okay? It just is what it is. I know you guys wanted Atlanta to be here. You wanted Atlanta to be here, but, you know, they just didn't make it. America came out on top, all right? Deal with it. Deal with it. Okay, we're going to talk about America's team versus Vegas earlier today. Bench Mob, White Sheezes, Sophie Cunningham, a.k.a. White Nubian Queen, Chloe Bibby have been facing criticism today and last night. We're going to talk about that. Chloe Bibby issues an apology, an unwarranted apology to the slows for no reason at all. So we're going to fight for you here, Chloe. So, you know, I know you might not, you know, be used to a lot of slows where you're from, but there are a lot of them here in America. Okay. I know you said, you know, that you got to understand the history in this country and how things are sensitive in this country. Don't you go listening to slows, Chloe. Okay? Don't you go listen to slows. You listen to your sister right here, CJSoFoolish. I'm going to tell you exactly why it is that you should not be apologizing to any American slow. Okay? You don't have to apologize for anything, okay? Also, Cheryl Reeve, a.k.a. The Undertaker. Okay, Undertaker Reeve was suspended from the WNBA, rightfully so, but she also was within her right to do what she did. So we're going to talk about that, guys. Full show ahead this Sunday, but we're not going to be here all day, okay? Not going to be here all day. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. America's team, okay, the Indiana Fever pulled out the game today against the Las Vegas Aces led by Asia. All my life, I had to fight for freedom, yeah. Those shackles on my wrist, they sure make me miss those people that oppress me, yeah. So I take my anger to the court and play this sport. And I fight with all my might in me. I'm Asia, civil rights with soul. Asia Civil Rights Whistle put on a hell of a game today, but it just quite wasn't enough. She had 31 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks, but she still came up short. All right, Asia Civil Rights Whistle came up short. Again, she had a hell of a game. In all seriousness, Asia Whistle had a hell of a game. And to be fair, she went to the free throw line. She shot 6 free throws. So it goes to show you what Asia's going to give you when she's able to be officiated fairly. There were still some calls where we were like, what? What? But it wasn't as many. It wasn't as many as she normally get, okay? But when she's officiated fairly, you're able to see, like we've seen all series, that, you guys' favorite civil rights fighter, she just can't fight good enough, I guess. She can't fight good enough without the whistles, okay? She can't fight. She's not fighting good enough without a whistle, okay? It's just not happening. It's just not happening. And I'm telling you right now, thank you so much, David Hale, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, David, for the 50. I appreciate it. For donation for the show. Now I'm telling you what's happening right now. Asia Whistle went in that press conference, didn't waste any time, okay? I did my show about 30 minutes after that game ended. Asia Whistle didn't even take a sip of Gatorade before she went ahead and started putting out the narrative. Now Indiana Fever, or AB, had this many free throws in the game today. Yeah, rightfully so, Asia. Rightfully so. You fouled her. You guys were fouling her. You guys hold and you foul Aaliyah Boston. Okay? Those calls and whistles that you get, spread it out fairly. Nobody wants to watch you shoot 37 free throws. No one wants to watch you do that. Okay? We'll settle for your turnaround jump shot. That's what you're going to do. You're just not hitting because you're allowed to be officiated. You might not be hitting because every time you shoot, before you even see if the ball go in, you're looking at the ref. You're looking at the ref. Foul. You're looking at the ref, Asia. Civil rights. All right? You're not the only one with rights. Now, I'm telling you right now, Indiana, you guys, Asia Civil Rights Whistle is not about to go back to Vegas and put up a stinker. Now, Asia Civil Rights is about to gas herself up with every slave movie you can think of. Okay? She got her portable DVD player right now. She got those movies downloaded on her iPad right now. For the plane ride back to Vegas, for the bus ride to the jet. Those movies are queued up. She's about to put every movie you can think of, she's about to inject it into her veins, and she's going to come out with a different level of strength on Tuesday. Vegas, Indiana, Game 5, Tuesday. The ancestors are watching. Cheryl Swoops is going to be there with her best Harriet Tubman t-shirt on. Okay? The ancestors are watching. And Asia's coming out there to play for every ancestor she knew. Okay? I need Indiana to prepare. That girl's going to have a different level of strength on Tuesday. All right? I need y'all to prepare. Prepare. It's war on Tuesday. You hear me? Asia is coming out with her big boys. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. Asia right now is watching Rosewood. Right now. She's not even participating. She didn't even shower after the game. She's at the game. Right. She's right there with her iPad. In the locker room, waiting on everybody to get dressed. That girl isn't even going to shower. Okay? Indiana, you got to prepare. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. All right? Other than that, Chelsea Gray was awful today. She had 5 turnovers, 3 for 7 from 3. She shot 4 for 13, 5 turnovers again, and she had 5 fouls. Chelsea Gray was awful. 12 points. She was awful. She was awful. Chelsea Gray was awful. Point fraud. Awful. She was terrible. Chelsea Gray looked a mess. She looked a mess. Nonetheless, as far as Indiana is concerned, listen, guys, just go out there. We need Natasha Howard. I'd like Natasha Howard to get a little bit stronger on the boards. You know, there were a lot of rebounds that went through her hands today where I was just thinking, just grab it, Tosh, Flash, Natasha, whatever you want to be called. Just grab it. Grab the ball. Grab the ball. You know, but thank God Kelsey Mitchell was on today. Aaliyah Boston was a beast today. Lexi Hustle played good today. Odyssey Sims, I don't know if Odyssey Sims was high. I'm not sure what was going on. She had 1 or 2 good plays here, but Odyssey Sims, look, close your eyes and pick Odyssey Sims or Shea Petty. One moment Shea Petty does better than Odyssey. Another moment Odyssey does better than Shea Petty, but they're both down here. Okay, so they're like this. This is the bottom. Shea Petty and Odyssey Sims are fighting for the top bottom spot. I don't know, you know. Nonetheless, that Indiana, they're able to move on to game 5, fever and 5. I'm riding behind America's team, even with the reserve players. Okay, I think the go-to plan on Tuesday is to go through Kelsey, Lexi, and AB. Kelsey, Lexi, and AB. I don't know how many times we have to scream this. Kelsey, Lexi, AB. Okay? Go through them. We're going to ride and we're going to die behind. Ride or die with them. Kelsey, Lexi, and AB. Odyssey, we just need you to distribute the ball. That's it. If you see a wide open lane taken by Odyssey, there were many times where I think she's just trying to do way too much. Okay, I don't know what she's rolling up into, whatever she's, but listen, put that stuff down. Okay, you're seeing stuff that's not there. You're hallucinating on the court. Odyssey Sim hallucinates on the court. Okay, she sees an opportunity to score that's not there. She's just seeing things. My goodness. Now, like I said, she had a few good plays, but for overall, it was just, she just did a lot of bad things. She did a lot of bad things. RC, I think Odyssey did a good job today. Sean said Odyssey had a good game today. I didn't see it. Odyssey did a lot of dumb things today. How many turnovers did Odyssey have? Odyssey had 2. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Odyssey did a lot of time throughout the game today. I was like, she's doing too much. Pass it. That wasn't a good shot. That was not a good shot. She wasn't aware of the timing and when to score and what shots we want to get in each possession. Just the timing was off. I didn't see it today from Odyssey, but every time she's bringing it up, I'm just like, relax, pass it. We want a good shot this possession. That's not what we wanted. You know, so, hey, I didn't see an amazing game from Odyssey Sims today at all. So, nonetheless, overall, Indiana was able to pull it off. Vegas is a very, very beatable team. They're very beatable, guys. We're looking at this series. The series is tied 2-2. Vegas has Vegas has a team full of Olympians. This squad is playing with 6 players. Vegas is very beatable. If you contain Asia Wilson, Indiana can pull this game off, okay? Indiana can pull this game off. Nonetheless, Let's take a look at some key plays from the game today. I want to take a look at some key plays, and then I want to come back and kind of wrap up on today's game, and then we can move on, okay? Let's take a look at a couple of highlights. Aaliyah Boston, what's up, beast? Kelsey Money Mitch. Kelsey Money Mitch. Now, this is one of the plays. Odyssey had a big play here. A big play. Because at this point, I'm not going to Natasha in the paint there. Great move, Aaliyah. Strong up. And one. And one. There's Lexi Hustle. That should have been a foul on Joy Lloyd. Oh, my God. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Man, Kelsey Mitchell, man. Kelsey Mitchell, MVP. Kelsey, this is beautiful. Kelsey Mitchell, man.
Oh, getting back to Young.
Good D. Good D. And the monster block by Aaliyah Boston. Come here. Aaliyah Boston is getting a lot of flack from her old college fans. They're not liking it. Good pass. Aaliyah Boston and one. Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Money Mitch with the high pick. Kelsey to the basket. This is all day. This is all day. All day. All day. Vegas is terrible defensively. Okay? Vegas is terrible defensively. I think Fever can kill Vegas on a pick and roll. When they switch, it's a mismatch. It's a mismatch. No one can guard Kelsey Mitchell. Attack, attack, attack. And I say attack with AB and Kelsey Mitchell on a pick and roll. Once they switch, they're done. They're done. They only relying on Asia Civil Rights Whistle. They only rely on her defensively. That's it. That's it. They don't have any defensive stoppers on the court. So attack them, and Indiana Fever, America's team, is headed to the finals. They're headed to the finals, okay? So we're going to see. We're going to see. But Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Money Mitch, man, MVP performance. MVP performance. Kelsey Mitchell ended the game, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And you can tell Kelsey was looking for her teammates this game because they were pulling a lot of pressure up her around the perimeter. So I'm glad Lexi was able to knock down a big three. Was it Lexi? In Odyssey, she knocked down a big three as well, just to give her that. Aaliyah Boston ended the game 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Meet that on Tuesday from Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. Need it on Tuesday. That's the only way they're going to win. That's the only way they're going to win. Kelsey has to show up. AB has to come strong. Lexi Hustle, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals. Odyssey entered the game, 18 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Shea Petty, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Natasha Howard, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Bree Turner, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal. KK had 2 rebounds and a steal, and she played 11 minutes. All right, Ariel Powers was on the bench this game. That was, I think Stephanie White made the right adjustment to just sit Ariel Powers. I just don't think she's just not reliable to show up in the moment, which is fine. That's a great adjustment. She only played 2 minutes this game, so that was good to see. Okay. Jackie Young ended the game, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. I root for Jackie. I hope Jackie leave Vegas. I would love to have Jackie in Indiana. Nalissa Smith, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Dana Evans, her normal 3 points. Kirsten Bell didn't do anything, 3.0s across the rest of the board. Megan I always mess up her name. Gustafson, 2 points, 1 rebound. Kill Stokes didn't do anything as usual. Okay. So yes, moving forward, man. Indiana, all they have to do next game is attack. We literally may be watching Indiana go to the finals. We'll see. Fever in 5. Fever in 5. Angry Rican 72 says Howard will step up Tuesday. ES says Howard is a pooper every game. RC, I 100% agree, says Vegas has no answer for AB. And when the game is called even, she is unstoppable. She's unstoppable. I get it. All right. Fever in 5. See you in Vegas on Tuesday. All right. Let's see here. Where are we going next? Who do I want to talk about? Let's talk about the bench squad, okay? The bench squad. Shout out to one of the slows on Twitter. Tweeted something very mean to me. I think they called me, what are they calling me nowadays besides a coon? It was one of those terms. They called me a MAGA coon or something like that. One of the slows tweeted me, but then tweeted me this graphic. And this graphic is dope. I love it. So shout out to you, Slow. I told you to make sure you tune into the episode today so you can see that I'm using your image. This is quite funny to me. And another one of the W360 Nation said that Jason Whitlock came up with this name. I'm not exactly sure who came up with it. Don't know where it came from. But one of the slows tweeted me this graphic, and I wanted to use it during the show today. So speaking of the exciting whites, the Indiana Fever bench has the Freedom Riders tweeting away. And I didn't understand. I saw a little bit of it last night. But then this thing had legs. It was fire under it by the time I woke up this morning, because apparently Sophie Cunningham, Nubian White Queen, okay, and White Jesus has the freedom fighters typing out essays and think pieces about their behavior on Indiana Fever's bench. And I am perplexed. I am confused. Okay? I'm more confused than a Jehovah's Witness in a atheist meeting. Okay? What are we doing here? Seriously. When did the slows start worrying about what's happening on Indiana Fever's bench? Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there's a video that's been circulating online. I'm getting ready to play it here in a second, of Sophie Cunningham, a.k.a. White Nubian Queen, and White Jesus simply cheering for their team on the bench. In case you guys don't know, those two are injured. Okay, they're out for the season. So they're doing what any other injured superstars would do. That's root on their team. What do you guys need us to do? Team, y'all want me to put on black Air Force Ones? I'll do it. Caitlin Clark is wearing her black Air Force Ones. They're very active on the sideline because, again, there are arenas full of people still coming to see them. They're rooting their team on the sideline. They're not doing anything wrong, but cheering on their team. So somehow the slows have found a way to find something wrong with Sophie Cunningham and her demeanor on the bench. Let's take a look at the video that has been circulating over the last 24 hours. Jason Whitlock called them that. Okay. And I watched Jason Whitlock. I didn't. Okay, but that's accurate. That's good to know. Thank you, W360 Nation, whoever sent me that. I was wondering who came up with the exciting whites. That is funny.
The team score. Next along, for the CJSoFoolish Show. 2 shots.
Okay, so let's watch that. Let's watch that one more time, guys, because what the Slows are upset about is how Sophie Cunningham, White Nubian Queen, addressed the coaches that came over to her to tell her to sit down. This is what the Slows are mad about.
The team score.
Also, the Slows are upset because apparently the black players are sitting at the end of the bench and the white players are sitting at the front of the bench.
Next along, for the CJSoFoolish Show. 2 shots.
Okay. So you see that. Let me start by saying this, because when I saw the video last night and I saw it circulating around, I honestly was like, what's the problem? I don't get what the problem is. What is the outrage about? So initially, when I see this video, and if anyone has played any level of basketball, especially a high level of basketball, you know that there is always, and I'm just being real, there is always one coach on the staff that nobody really kind of listens to, kind of don't take serious, you know. There's always that one coach. You can lose, and you know how every coach has to give their input, and when that one coach stand up and say, you know, guys, there's just a lot of playing around during times when you're supposed to be serious. And you can tell everyone on the team is looking around at each other like, oh, shut up. We don't even listen to you. Be quiet. Hush. Let the coaches talk. You know, that's initially what I saw. I said, well, they don't listen to this. This is the coach that everyone loves and is cool with. But it's like, hey, be quiet. Anyway, there's one coach on every staff that's just kind of there. Maybe that's who Brianna January is. You know, who knows? I personally don't understand why that video has over 3 million views. And I mean, the commentary around this video, people are calling Sophie Cunningham white trash. They're calling her MAGA white trash. The entitlement from Sophie Cunningham. She's trash. This is white entitlement. But I watched Angel Reese slap a clipboard out her coach's hand, literally on the ground, and said, shut the F up talking to me. Nobody called her black trash. Nobody called her a ghetto black trash. No one said nothing. Nothing. Okay. We don't know what go on in that locker room for the slows and the freedom fighters to just type away. You don't know what go on in that locker room. You don't know. You don't know. And when did everyone start paying attention to Indiana Fever's bench? When? They're injured. They're on the bench. They're just cheering. And if you listen to some of the slows, you think that the Alabama bus boycott was happening, because they've gone as far as to saying that the white players are sitting at the front of the bench and the black players like Sid Colson and Ari McDonald are are sitting at the back of the bench, and they don't like the separation of the bench. And they're just hooting and hollering and yapping away in their little spaces, the Twitter spaces, and you all sound dumb. You all sound dumb. Every McDonald and Sydney Colson have instruments that help them walk. One is on crutches and one is in a scooter. They can't walk. So to sit up there in the front of the bench and have to constantly scoot back and forth, during timeouts and things like that, it's better to just sit at the end of the bench. It isn't racism, guys. How? It isn't racism. They have walkers and canes and crutches and scooters. You guys must be tired. It has to be exhausting to try to find racism in everything. You got to be tired. You got to be tired to be this slow. I mean, the slows are getting in spaces and they are hooting and hollering about white privilege and we got to get Aaliyah Boston out of Indiana, as if Aaliyah Boston. You would think they would have Aaliyah Boston sleeping out in a shed somewhere in the middle of a field and then coming to join the team for chow. You would think so. You would think so. Some of these slows really think they got Aaliyah Boston sleeping in a tree. They just, the racism that's happening across, and I knew this and that. Look at some of this stuff. Look at some of this stuff. The fact that Sophie Cunningham was basically coming off the bench, and Chloe was a hardship player that barely played 9 games, but both sitting front and center while active players Sig, Dantes, and Ari sit at the end or the back says a lot. Racism in Indiana. They got him sitting at the back of the bench like she's sitting in the back of the bus. And then what else happened? And then all they stand up and clap. Well, what did Caitlin do that was so racist? What happened? What was so racist? Caitlin Clark was wearing black Air Force Ones. Why didn't she wear the white ones? And then those three, they sit in the front of the bench. Well, did they say anything wrong? Did they say anything? No, it was a police officer. They disrespected the police. The police was disrespected when? In Atlanta? At the game? They disrespected the police. You're pro-cop? The WNBA is pro-cop now? Y'all are bleed the blue now? What, y'all are blue like what? When did you? No, but they disrespected the police at the game. She was black. The police was black. So millions of views. White Nubian Queen Sophie Cunningham is being drugged again by the slows, if that's what you want to call it, drugged by the slows. And, you know, this leads into, I think Chloe Bibby saw what a lot of the slows were saying about Sophie Cunningham. And I think that, she kind of felt a little pressured. She felt a little pressured from the slows, and she said, I think I have to apologize. I think I have to apologize. Slows? Yes! I'd like to apologize. So, what happens here is Chloe Bibby posted this picture, guys. This cartoon photo here on her Instagram. You guys see it. If you've been following the games during the first round of the playoffs, Indiana Fever played against the Atlanta Dream. Okay. A cop came onto the floor to tell them to get off the floor. The cop was incorrect because the Indiana Fever players were standing on the court because their teammate was simply hurt. She was down. It was a possible injury on the floor. They were on their side of the court. Chloe basically told her, shut up. We're looking at our teammate here. And the slows found a way to find this racist because the 3 Indiana Fever players who happen to be white told the black cop, we're on our side of the court. We're fine. Move. So this picture goes viral. The picture goes viral, okay? And it was a funny picture, and then it was made into a cartoon. It was made into a cartoon. Millions of people thought this cartoon was funny, okay? The cartoon picture was funny. The picture was dope. It was just a good moment from the series between Atlanta and Indiana. Well, not anymore, because Chloe Bibby is now apologizing to the slows for posting this picture here. Chloe posted on her Insta story, she says, I'm really sorry if I offended anyone with my post. That's not who I am, and I need to do a better job at understanding the racial undertones and issues within this country. No excuse. I need to educate myself in this area, and I will. Okay, so she apologized to the slows and the freedom fighters. A lot of the freedom fighters were coming out and stating things like, this picture was racist, and here's a couple of, here's one that stood out to me. One of the slows here said, my theory was right about them sitting together on the bench for photo ops trying to brand themselves and go viral like they did the Tres Leches. The injured black players are nowhere to be seen. This is so insidious. Here's another slow. I know the black women on this team and staff hate these nasty, insufferable bees. I know they do. Here's another slow about the cartoon. It's so effing tone deaf. The cop was a woman, not a man. Black women tend to be called men all the time. If they look a certain way, it was racist. Oh, so if you don't know the history of cartoons used as a weapon against black people, you should maybe read up on it. The image was so inappropriate, and I say this as someone who thinks the cop was originally doing too much. All right, guys, so just this whole thing all together, this conversation around this picture is what the WNBA commentary has been in a nutshell. Okay? That's what it has been over the years. That's what it has been over the years. You're not talking about, the Indiana Fever and the impact that the bench may have on Indiana Fever. The bench, that Indiana Fever bench, White Jesus, White Nubian Queen, Chloe Bibby, White Nubian Princess, Lexi Hustle, when she come out the game and they're all sitting, that bench is a 6-man. You can tell the players on the court is feeding off of the bench. You can just tell. You can see it. Right? No one's talking about that. They have the slows and the freedom riders and the activists of this league have to find a way to make this, something like this racist. Racist. Racism. This is wild. I was confused. I said, there's no way there's no way they're going to take it this far. There's no way they're going to take this far and say this was racist. It's just no way. It's no way. No way. No. They are. What? They're typing up articles and think pieces about this? No way. But that goes to show you, and I tweeted this earlier, that the Indiana Fever bench mob has way more traction and pull than you all's favorite players. You have Olympians playing today. Olympians. Your favorite Olympians are playing today. A lot of them. They're all playing. But who are you talking about? Sophie Cunningham, Chloe Bibby, and White Jesus that are all injured sitting on the bench. Now, who's America's team? Who's the draw? Who do you think people really want to see in the finals? America's team. America's team. These women are talked about whether they're sitting on the bench or whether they're playing. They're still making headlines and talked about. Colleen Gimma. What's up, Colleen? Colleen says, do they think that Chloe made the picture? Probably. They probably think she put on a hood, a hood and just drew the picture. Probably. Seriously. So yeah, Chloe, listen. As far as the apology is concerned, Chloe, you need a friend like me. You need a friend like me, Chloe. You need a friend like me that can tell you, listen, let me tell you something, okay? You're here in America now. You're here in America now. You're going to hear a lot of slow rhetoric, okay? That picture means nothing. That picture is literally a picture from a moment that happened in real life. It isn't some made-up picture. We're not in the 1800s or 1920s. I'm telling you now, do not let the slows tell you that this picture is racist. It's not racist. It's a cartoon picture that really happened during a game. You have to learn 4 words, okay, in this country, especially in this league. There are 4 important words, Chloe, that you got to learn and you have to be unapologetic about, and you have to stick to it. God damn it, tatted on you. But you got to learn these words if you're going to progress and be successful in this league. 4 words. Kiss my white ass. You got to learn it, Chloe. You got to learn it, Chloe. You got to learn it fast. You got to learn it fast. There's no reason for you to put out an apology for this picture. For this picture that your own teammates liked and commented on. Sydney Colson commented on. Damiris Dantes commented on. Your own teammates like the pitcher. Chloe, wake up. Wake up, Chloe. Seriously. Wake up. Now we're going into a new time in this league. There are better players coming. In a few years, no one's going to care about the civil rights activists in this league. They're all going to retire out because the league is too fast for them. They've been doing a lot of and not playing good, okay? They're aging out the league. Chloe, you don't need to kiss their ass, okay? You tell them to kiss your white ass, okay? That's what you do. You should have left it up. The pitcher isn't racist. I don't care what anyone says. The pitcher isn't racist. The pitcher isn't racist. All right? It's not racist. Slows. It's not racist. It's a cartoon picture from a moment that really happened during the game. Okay? Get you some friends like me in your life. Seriously. Seriously, get you some friends like me in your life. Slows. Seriously, man. It's crazy because you see these girls bow down to the nonsense that's spewed within this league. And you just look, you go, what are you doing? What are you doing? Apologizing. What are you doing? Thank you, Seven-Toed Cat, for the super chat. What's up, Lauren? I love you. What's up, Lauren? Says, reminds me of a Boondock episode. This league gas. Seriously. Thank you, Chuck Ross, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Seriously. Rhonda Stewart said, I was so confused. What she apologized for? Kenneth Harrison says Chloe Bibby should not have apologized to the fools. Cheryl Reeve has been suspended for Game 4 of the WNBA semifinals. Their game tonight, Minnesota Lynx versus the Phoenix Penitentiary Prisoners, comes on tonight. I want to say at 7 o'clock. It's my time, 7 o'clock. And Cheryl Reeve will not be there. Okay, she will not be there. She's suspended. She tried to attack a ref. All right. Now, a lot of conversation is happening around the Cheryl Reeve suspension. We're going to get into the conversation, but let's take a look at the video first. Cheryl Reeve. First of all, before we take a look at the video, Cheryl Reeve is a hoot. Cheryl, listen, Cheryl, you probably should have put on one of your Black Girls Rock shirt or something because these refs have turned on you. I don't understand, and if anything, that's the part that confused me about what's going on in Minnesota. Cheryl then wore Black Girls Rock. I want to be black. I want 4C hair. She done wore all type of shirts, right? You would think the league would cheat for her. But I don't know why the league isn't cheating for you, Cheryl, like they do for Becky. Becky won't even allow her players to reproduce. Okay? And Cheryl, the league, What have you said to these people? What have you done? You've worn enough shirts. I even saw you wear a shirt one time that said, "I am Harriet." You know, I don't. Why don't they like you, Cheryl? Why don't they like you? You present yourself exactly what they looking for. What's the problem, Cheryl? Why don't you have the pull that Becky has? Becky getting calls changed during the game. She passing Vegas players money under the table right in front of the league face. They don't do anything about it. She's enforcing abortion. It's one of the rules on the wall. You get pregnant, abort. Abort, abort, abort. Hey. Everyone on the team, the straight women, have to take a Plan B pill once a week. And Becky's get the calls that she gets. Cheryl, why can't you get any calls? What? You need to go talk to Becky so you can get you a little more pull in this league too, because your Black Girls Rock shirt ain't working. It ain't working, okay? You better put on a dashiki. You better put on a dashiki, or probably better wear you better wear another shirt, Cheryl. You're not picking the right ones that they like. You probably need to pick somebody else. Pick somebody else. You need to put on a dashiki, because these Black Girls Rock shirts, it's not strong enough for the league. You're not getting any calls. I mean, they let your best player, the MVP, get hurt. Goodness gracious. I mean, I see, we know Stephanie White don't have any pull in this league. They don't listen to shit she has to say. But damn, Cheryl, why can't you get the rest to listen to you? Cheryl, you better go get you an African bandana like I have here and put it on your head. You better do something. You better do something, because your activism and the respect that you get in this league is not adding up. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. Thank you, Belinda Berry, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, Belinda. Let's take a look at Cheryl. The display she put on in the game the night before.
Collier gets it back, but Alyssa Thomas picks her pocket. AT streaks in.
Look at Cheryl.
And Fee still on the floor. Cheryl Reeve and the rest of her staff streaking onto the floor. And Cheryl Reeve has been ejected from the game.
Dejanay doing?
Reeve had picked up a technical foul back in the second quarter.
What is Dejanay doing? And why does she have on? Why is she putting up that towel? That girl is slow.
She is now going back to the locker room.
Oh my goodness. And this is all over social media. She's even cursing at the fans. Look. Cheryl cursing at the fan. Look at her cuss at the fan. Hold on. Is Cheryl curse? Did Cheryl say to the fan, F you, F you? What is going on in the WNBA right now? First of all, that fan had every right to get cursed out, because why are you putting your hands on the coach that's walking by? Why? Why are you putting your hands on someone? Now, I'm sure Reeve would have looked up and slapped the hell out of it. Then she would have been screaming, lawsuit! She knocked my septum ring out! She knocked my septum ring out! I can't even find it! I can't find it! Because one of them slow people in the audience to put their hands on this woman. And you hear Nafisa Collier clearly is hurt. And we're going to get into the play. Clearly hurt. And you hear this ruggish crowd just cheering things on, cheering on and hollering and hooting and hollering. And I'm telling you right now, if that would have been Indiana Fever's audience, there'd be investigations. There'd be investigations. Was the game stopped for that fan that put their hand on Cheryl Reeve? Was the game stopped for that? Did anybody stop the game and escort that fan out? But the moment Alicia Gray said, stop the game, he's making fun of my goggles. He's making fun of my goggles. He said I look goofy with goggles on. So they stopped the game and they said, hey, you got to come with us. And they escorted someone out the game. When Kyle Copper's wig came off, they stopped the game and escorted a fan out literally for laughing at Kyle Copper's wig coming off, and she looked like Cleo from Set It Off. Okay? Someone called her Dennis Rodman, and they stopped the game. There was a whole investigation on Indiana. Investigation. You guys remember me talking about this? There was an investigation on allegations of monkey noises. Monkey noises was said. They called Angel Reese a monkey. The WNBA put out a statement and said they were conducting an investigation. But here you see on this video clearly a fan putting their hands on Cheryl Reeve. On Cheryl Reeve, look here. You see this? Right there. Right there. Right there. Look at it. Any investigation? No. Any statement? No. Nothing is said. Nothing is said. The investigation committee don't wake up unless it's the Indiana Fever, America's team. That's it. That's it. Let's take a listen at what Cheryl Reeve had to say after the game.
And we talked about how dangerous it can be. You're hearing it from the other series. You're hearing other coaches. You're hearing Becky talk about when you let the physicality happen, people get hurt. There's fights. And this is the look that our league wants for some reason. We were trying to play through it. We were trying to make excuses. One of the best players in the league shot 0 free throws. 0. And she had 5 fouls. 0 free throws. Got her shoulder pulled out and finished the game with her leg being taken out. And probably has a fracture. And so this is what our league wants. Okay. But I want to call for a change of leadership at the league level when it comes to officiating. It's bad for the game. The officiating crew that we had tonight, for the leadership to deem those 3 people semifinals playoff worthy is fucking malpractice. I can take an L with the best of them. I don't think we should have to play through more than what they did. They got players. Masha's on the glass. and gets fucking cracked. And there's no call. And all of them said, it wasn't my call. I don't know. I didn't see it that way. They're fucking awful.
Cheryl, I'd like to take you to a time where I want to say about a little over a year ago, maybe a year, but more so a year and some change ago, there was a fan base that was saying this exact same thing. Is this what the league wants? This what the league wants to look like? What is happening? These refs are terrible. What is happening? Right? Let me take you back. Cause you seem have to forgot. You forgot. We told you last year that this prison ball shitty ass league was too physical and someone was seriously going to get hurt. We told you that. We kept telling you, Cheryl, the damn game is a mess. It's a mess. It's too physical. Why are don't nobody want to see a bunch of women go out there and just beat each other asses. No one wants to see it. It's terrible basketball. And you know what you said? And you know what L. Dumbkin said? And you know what Jamel Jump Off a Hill said? And what Andrea Carter said? And what Monica McNothing Smart to Say said? And what Shanae O'Goomer said? This is a physical league. These are the best 144 players in the league. This is a physical league. When you made your Olympic selections, you said they play so physical overseas. This is a physical league. This is the W. All right? This is the W. We come and beat each other asses here. It's foreplay. Do you not understand what foreplay is? We beat each other asses and then we hump. We hump, and we punch, and we do a little hooping on the side. That's what we do in this league. If you don't like it, you can take Caitlin Clark and you can leave. That's what y'all told us. That's what you said to the W360 Nation. That's what you told W360. You told us to leave your physical league. So now that your star player got hurt, cheated for the second year in a row because last season she was cheated on that call against New York. This season, she's cheated again because she didn't get a call against that bulldozer rugby player, Alyssa Thomas, that your league, that you support, that you advocate for, literally nominate as an MVP when she's probably the worst player in the league, is out there playing prison ball because she runs cell block 8, and the only way she's going to eat her pack of noodles that night is if they win. So she's out there knocking everybody ass out. You didn't care about that, but now Nafisa Collier is hurt and you're going to lose again this year. Now you want to complain about the refs. Shut your pie hole. You shut your pie hole right now. We don't want to hear it. We're deaf. Stevie Wonder, deaf. What? Stevie Wonder was blind. Whoever was deaf out there, we're deaf. Don't hear nothing. La 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 la. I don't hear you. La 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 la. Fever in 5. Let's go. Fever in 5. American Yes. Ah. 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 Baby, let me tell you something. What do they say about those tables? What do they say about those tables? They always turn. They always turn. No one wants to see Nafisa Collier get hurt. Hell, I was upset about Nafisa Collier getting hurt. I root for Fee. I root for Fee. But Cheryl, your league did this. Your league did this. Your league. Your league that you and the rest of your comrades and Shanae Okuma and the rest of you promote. Look at your commercials that you put out. Look at your commercials that you put out. Viewer discretion is advised. Why would you say something like that before a sporting event of women just playing basketball? Why would you say viewer discretion is advised? What is happening that's so violent to where you have to say viewer discretion is advised? I know. Alyssa Thomas is playing. You're right. Viewer discretion should be advised. To watch her play. She stinks. Alyssa Thomas stinks. Those few fans that she have, y'all can keep tweeting me and quoting me. You can put whatever images over my face you want to do. I don't care. I'm still going to scream from the mountaintop. Alyssa Thomas stinks. She's awful. I don't care what situation I'm in. I don't care. It could be a storm come through Texas tonight. And we start flooding. My last words would be, Alyssa Thomas, somebody come help me. And this flooding, I could be floating on the door, damn it. I could be floating on the door through the water. Somebody help me, man. Somebody help me, because I can't swim. Somebody help me. And I promise you, if I'm about to go down, I will go down saying, Alyssa Thomas, you stink. Seriously, that woman is trash. She stinks. She stinks. But the league, you promoted this. You promoted this. Now look at Fee. Now look at Nafisa Collier. She's hurt. She's hurt. Not going to be able to do unrivaled. Going to probably be a step slower next season. She probably broke her damn ankle because you have wild and out of control players that lack skill like Alyssa Thomas. I've been saying this. By the way. I've been saying this. She stinks. And anybody that's tweeting me saying this was a clean play. This was a clean play. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a foul. It was a foul. Look at this.
Collier gets it back, but Alyssa
That's a
Thomas
foul.
picks her pocket. AT streaks in. And Fee still on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure Reeve on that call as well. I'm sure Reeve on that call as well. But sure, Reeve, you might be a day late and $1 short, okay? Because we've been telling you for a while now that this damn league is it's too much being let go in this league. No one wants to see a bunch of women beat each other asses. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. That's why nobody wants to see a Vegas and Phoenix final. No one wants to see that shit. No one wants to see it. No one. But I'm going to be honest. I have a feeling Phoenix is probably going to pull this off. The Lynx just lost their best player and Fee. You know, stud buds. I'm rooting for you, stud buds. I like your stud buds. I'm rooting for the stud buds. But I just don't know if they'll be able to pull it off without Fee. I don't think so. Sade says you have to show the close angle. So I contemplated on showing the close angle. I can't show it on this show because it's brutal. And the way her ankle came out, I broke my ankle a year ago, 2 years ago, literally leaving Sade's house. And I fell. I tripped and fell over a tree vine. True story, folks. I tripped and fell over a tree vine, and I literally broke my ankle, like broke it. Bone came out. Foot went this way. Bone came out. So when I saw Nafisa's ankle turn and just injuries like that, I couldn't even download the video to put it on the show. I can't see it. I can't see it, but it's all over the internet, guys. Follow me on Twitter. I might have retweeted it and closed my eyes and retweeted it, but I can't watch it. I just can't. Seriously. So it was, I think Fee might have fractured her ankle the way that she turned it. And I only saw it once, but from what I saw, she might have fractured it. She's in a wheel. She's on the scooter right now. So I don't think there's been any updates as far as what the injury is, okay? So not exactly sure. WNBA put out a statement. WNBA released a statement. WNBA said Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve has been suspended for one game for her conduct and comments during and following the Lynx's 84-76 loss to the Mercury at Phoenix Arena in Phoenix on Friday. It was announced today by the WNBA. Her conduct and comments included aggressively pursuing and verbally abusing a game official on the court, failure to leave the court in a timely manner upon her ejection with 21.8 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, inappropriate comments made to the fans when exiting the court, and remarks made in a post-game press conference. Reeve will serve the suspension tomorrow when the Lynx play the Mercury in Game 4 of the team's semifinals series in Phoenix. In addition, Reeve and assistant coaches Eric Talbot and Rebecca Brunson have each been fined. Talbot was fined for his inappropriate interaction with an official on the court. Brunson was fined for an inappropriate social media comment directed at WNBA officials. Okay, so they all been fined. They probably were fined $150. Who knows? Nonetheless, guys, there it is with Cheryl Reeve. She's suspended for tonight's game. The suspension was going to happen. I'm not one of the ones. I mean, rules are rules. You know, I'm not one of the. I wouldn't sit here and say she shouldn't have been suspended. You charged onto the floor at the officials. Do I think the suspension was worth it? You standing up for your player? Absolutely so. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with Cheryl Reeve being suspended after Alyssa Thomas, sorry, unskilled, this player, charged at her player, knocked her down, broke her ankle, and then took off for a layup. Yeah, I would take the suspension as well. She knew the suspension was coming after running on the court like that. Yeah, she should be suspended. You're not supposed to do that. So, yes, sure. Rules are rules. But hopefully this is a wake-up call to the league Now that Cheryl is finally saying it, because when we were trying to tell Christy sides and even been trying to tell Stephanie White, which Stephanie White spoke on a little bit earlier in the season, but we've been hollering this to the league for 2 years now. You know, to start calling some of this. Someone is going to, those landing calls that Caitlin Clark never get. All right, we're talking about calls that's never called. Go look at some of the landing calls that's happened in the league that White Jesus never gets. That's an ankle injury waiting to happen. You should call that. Call it every time it happens so these players can know in the offseason, if you ever train, instead of humping, maybe if you're training, you can practice to close out in a manner that isn't reckless. But all of you don't. You don't. You're just humping, and punching each other and beating each other up with a little bit of hooping on the side. You know, your violence is foreplay in the WNBA. All right? Here in the WNBA, violence is foreplay. Sade walks in here with the show on her phone and doesn't know. First of all, I'm changing my code to my door, and I thought I did. Why do you just walk in here? Can you turn that light on, please? This one. This one, living room. That's fine. Turn the other one. There you go. You just walk in here, and I don't know why you have the show playing on your phone because it messes up the signal, but thank you for turning it off. All right, thank you so much for the super chat. Eric8944, I appreciate the $9.99. Says the Chicago Bears could use AT. RC, thank you for the $49.99. I appreciate the 50. RC says, CJ, thank you for proving points and pushing agendas. AT is a dirty diaper. Get her out of my town. Get out of my town. Seriously. Now, I agree with Cheryl when she says there needs to be new leadership. There has to be new leadership. Seriously. It has to be. You know, but it's fine. I'm glad you guys are finally seeing it. I'm glad you're finally seeing it. All right. Hell, they need a Alyssa Thomas on the Falcons. Seriously. Monet says new leadership, new culture. New leadership, new culture. AT is a fullback. All right. Where we at here? All right, guys. So as you guys can see here, the playoffs bracket. You see where we're at, guys? We're in the semifinals. Okay. It's going to be do or die Tuesday, folks. It's going to be do or die. Tuesday is going to be do or die. They're taking it back to Vegas. Now, I want to give anyone a heads up. Sources close to me tell me that if you are pregnant, okay, if you are pregnant, there's not a good idea for you to go to a Vegas game, okay? It's not a good idea. Becky has instructed all security staff to hand out Plan B pills to all women for Tuesday's game because reproduction is not allowed in Vegas. It's not allowed in that arena. Okay? It's not allowed in that arena. All right. So if you're expecting, if you're trying to expand your family, if you want to have an amazing moment or addition to the family with your husband or your partner, whatever, it's fine with me. Becky does not allow reproduction. If you don't believe me, go and ask De'Erica Hamby. Okay? Go and ask De'Erica Hamby. I'm just telling you what she said. I'm just telling you what she said. Okay? She didn't just tell me that. She told the court system that. All right, Becky, we're not letting you forget that. What do you think? We're going to forget? We're not going to forget, Becky. We're not going to forget. Eric, 8944. Eric 8944 says no heterosexual women allowed. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? I love you. Why are you here? You have some clothes on that fit today. You actually don't. Those sweatpants might be a little too small. Why do you have those on? It's like 83 degrees out here. Why do you have on sweatpants? First of all, these are cute, and I look kind of cute. What does that say on them? It doesn't matter. It's like, do your show. It's like 80-something degrees outside, and you have on sweatpants. You're making me hot. Do your show. You're making me hot. Do your show. Do your show. All right, folks. Sade is over here in some thick-ass gray sweatpants. They are thick. And you're making me hot. Somebody said she wants to be in the live so bad, girl. No, I don't. What time do you want to do the live? You want to stay live for the Phoenix game? I just want to go get me a seafood. Okay, never mind. Sean said freedom fighter onesies. All right, folks. That's going to wrap up this episode of the W360. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We literally make... I'm not off live. Hold on. We may go live. Oh, high five. High five hit the camera. Good show. Good show. We literally may go live during the Phoenix game. The Phoenix Penitentiary prisoners. We'll probably go live during that game, but it won't be against the Red Wall. It'll just be a regular live here watching the game, probably. Other than that, W360 Nation, I love you. I love you. Fever in 5. See y'all in Vegas. Until next episode. Peace. And so grease. Ooh. RC says, how will we know? Listen, turn your notifications on, guys. Please hit the notification, hit that bell on my page, and you'll know when I'm going live, okay? You should get an alert. Sometimes YouTube don't send out the alerts, but you should get an alert if I'm going to go live again tonight, okay? W360 Nation, I love you. Good night. See you soon. Fever in 5. Let's go.